Today, Saturday, the 5th of October 2024, we have some hand-picked match predictions to share with you, which will be backed up by some stats and analytics to help you make your picks in this list to boost your winning by a greater percent. And to those of you who want to have access to even more games, as well as our top list of match prediction based on top 10 or top 15 over 1.5 and 2.5 goal match picks, as well as top corner kick events, which we have just shared to members only, especially during the weekends like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and also on weekdays with huge out of list. Then you want to make sure that you join to become a member of the Level 2 Pro plan so that you can also be having access to members only video to take your winning to the next level. To those of you who want to join, the link is below this video description. You can easily click on it, navigate to join, and become a member to start to benefit from all of these features to take your winning to the next level. So without wasting time, I'm going to begin with the first event of our today's list. Looking at the first match pick here, we are looking at England in the Premier League, a match between Arsenal against Southampton. For this event, the performance of Arsenal based on recent events they have had proved that they are very offensive, scoring between 2 to 4 and even 5 goals per each event based on recent events they have had. In recent game played in the Champions League, they had a game against PSG and they beat PSG 2-0. They also had a game against Leicester and the performance is really good. But that of its opponent on the other hand, which is Southampton, the performance is very weak and they concede much goals recently. Looking now at the stands in terms of the form comparison of these two, you're going to see that Arsenal, which is the home team, especially at home, proved that they sit on a better place. Having played 3 games recently at home, they have had 7 goals scored and 3 conceded. That is a great offense and good defense. But that of its opponent, on the other hand, based on the way performance, you're going to see that based on the way they concede much, and the scoring power at the way is not that very strong. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, the home team Arsenal have proved to be very offensive, especially when they play at home. That of its opponent, on the other hand, which is the away team Southampton, proved that they concede much goal, especially when they are at the away. And since the performance or the defense of the away team is weak, the home team Arsenal want to take advantage of the weak defense of the opponent. Therefore, want to look at 2 major picks here. First, Arsenal to lead this game in full time. Secondly, the probability of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time or 2 goals over. Looking at the next, we are looking in the Premier League of England, this time a match between Man City against Fulham. Looking at the recent game performance of Man City, you're going to see that they have been very offensive recently, scoring between 1, 2, and 4 goals per each event. Its opponent, on the other hand, Fulham, also proved to be good based on recent events they have just had. And now comparing the stance of these two, especially in the form, you're going to see that Man City, which is the home team, have a very good performance at home. And being the first team that is the first on this table, you're going to see that for 3 games they have had, they have scored up to 8 goals. That's a good offense, and the defense is also good. But the performance of Fulham recently, based on away games, you're going to see that Fulham is not that very great, especially when they play at away. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks in this event in full time. Performance of Man City have been very offensive in recent games they have had. Its opponent, on the other hand, do not have a very strong defense. And since recently also Fulham have also showed that they are good in terms of goal scoring, these two want to impress. And therefore, since the impression rate of these two play will be very high, we therefore want to look at the possibility of goals. So we want to look at 2 major picks here. First, 1.5 goal in full time. Secondly, 2.5 goal in this event in full time as our major picks. Looking here at the next, we're looking at Germany in the Bundesliga, a match between Bayer Leverkusen against Holstein Kiel. For this event, the recent performance of the home team Bayer Leverkusen, as you can see, proved that they are good, and they've had games, especially in the Champions League. Having a game against AC Milan, they had a lead, and you can see against strong team like Bayern Munich, they had a draw, and high offensive power against Wolfsburg. That of its opponent, on the other hand, proved to be very conceding. That is, having a conceding power, having conceding goal of between 4, 2, and even 6 goals per each event. The conceding power is very high. Looking at the recent form of these two and comparing that of Bayer Leverkusen at home and that of Holstein Kiel, you're going to see that Leverkusen, based on recent events they have had, especially in the home play, they proved to be very offensive. Just having played just 2 games, they have had up to 6 goals scored. That is an average goal score rate of 3, and the defensive power is also not very strong. Its opponent, on the other hand, based on the way, you're going to see Austin Kyle, based on the way, proved that the defense is very weak and they are not strong. For just 2 matches played, they have conceded up to 5 goals. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks in this event in full time. For this particular tournament, of course, Bayer Leverkusen, the home team, have proved to be very offensive. Having scored up to 6 goals in just 2 games, they have proved that the offensive power is strong. And since the defense of the opponent is very weak, therefore Leverkusen want to take advantage of the weak defense of the opponent. We therefore want to look at Leverkusen to lead in full time. We also want to look at the possibility of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time or 2 goals over. Looking here at the next, we are looking at Latvia in the Versa Liga. In this event, the match between Jelgava against Riga. First, we want to look at the recent performance of these two. Jelgava, which is the home team, proved that they are very conceding based on recent event they have just had. 2 goals per each as a conceding number of goals. But that of the opponent, as you can see, Rigas have proved that based on recent event they have played, they are better as compared to that of the home. Now, of course, Riga at the way, based on recent event, shows that they are good. You can see recent event they have had, and they have just had a single loss. But that of Jigava at home concede, and they have lost a lot of matches. Looking at the stance comparison of these two in terms of form, we want to look at that of Jigava and comparing to that of its opponent. And looking at Jigava, the home team, you're going to see that they are very conceding. For 5 event play, they have conceded up to 9 goals, but scoring just 2. The defense is weak and the offense is also very weak. Looking at that of the opponent, which is Rigas, you're going to see that Rigas is better. For just 5 event played, they have scored up to 16 goals based on at the way. That is an average goal score rate of above 3. And the conceding power is better. It's not very weak as compared to that of the home. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks in full time. For this particular event, the away team have more offense in terms of goal scoring. That of the home team, the defense is weak and the offense is not strong. Therefore, the away team want to take advantage of the weak defense of the home to lead this match in full time. And we also want to look at the possibility of goals here, since the away have a very high offense and the defense of the home is weak. Therefore, probability of goals will be very possible. We want to look at least the away to lead 1.5 goal in this event in full time, or at least 2 goals over. Looking here at the next, we want to look at Malaysia in the Super League. And in this, we want to look at the game between Perak against Johor Darul. In this event, of course, we want to look at the recent game played of the home. You're going to see that they have proved that they are good based on recent event they have had. The opponent as well, on the other hand, Johor Darul, also proved that they are also very offensive. Now, looking at the stance performance comparison of these two in terms of form, you're going to see that Perak, which is the home, sits here on the 3rd position. And for 5 event played, they have scored 9 goals, conceding 3, offensive and defensive. But that of the home performance of the home, we'll just want to look at the home. You're going to see that at home, they are not that very defensive. As you can see here, they have just had 7 conceded goals for just 4 games played. And looking at that of the away based on the away team, which is Johor, you're going to see that its offensive power is better. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks in full time. For this event, the away team Johor Darul is better in terms of offense, having an average goal score rate of above 3. That of the home team, its defense is poor based on recent games they have had at home. Therefore, we want to look at Johor to take advantage of the weak defense of the home to lead this match in full time, or to give it a double chance for Johor, or draw no bet for Johor Darul. So these are our major picks for this event. Looking at the next, we're looking at Netherlands in the Eredivisie, a match between PSV Eindhoven against Sparta Rotterdam. For this event, of course, the home team, PSV Eindhoven, have proved to be good based on recent event they have had, scoring between 1, 2, and 3 goals per each event. But that of the opponent, on the other hand, is not that offensive as compared to PSV. And looking at the home stats of the home team, they are good as compared to the away. You can see they are also good. Now, looking at the comparison of these two in terms of form based on recent event they have had, you're going to see that the home PSV Eindhoven, based on home game they have played, They sit on the first position, very offensive and very defensive. For 3 games played, they have scored up to 10, conceding just 1. This tells us how offensive they are and very defensive. But that of the opponent, on the other hand, you can see they sit on the 4th position, and the defense is average, the offense is weak. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks in full time. For this particular event, the home team Eindhoven have proved to be very offensive based on recent events they have had, having an average goal score rate of about 3 and more, and the defense being very strong. We want to look at PSV to lead, since the defense of its opponent is not that very strong, but average. And since the offense also of the away is not very strong, we want to look at PSV to lead in full time, with the possibility of at least PSV to score over 1 goal in this event in full time. We're just looking at draw no bet for PSV Eindhoven. Looking at the next, we want to look at Spain La Liga, a match between Real Madrid against Villarreal. For this event, of course, the recent performance of Real Madrid have proved that they are average based on these recent 2 games they have had. But before that, the offensive power is very strong. This is because they have had teams with that is match a very strong team like Atletico de Madrid, and also here in the Champions League against Lille. But based on its league itself, they are very, very offensive. That of the opponent, on the other hand, also proved to be good based on recent events they have had. Now, looking at the comparison of these two in the form table, we want to look at Real based on the home games they have had. And Real Madrid sits on the 2nd position, having played 4 games at home recently. They have had all the 4 wins, scoring 12 goals. That's an average goal score rate of 3, and the defense is also very strong. But that of its opponent, on the other hand, you're going to see Villarreal. They are also average in terms of goal scoring rate, and the defense is not also very, very strong. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks in full time. For this particular tournament, of course, Real Madrid, which is the home team, have a better offense, and the defense is also good. But that of Villarreal, on the other hand, the offense is not as strong as that of Real, and the defense is also just average. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at Real to either lead this match in full time or to give Real a double chance, or Real to score at least 1 goal or more in this event in full time. These are our major picks for this event. And to those of you who want to access our top 10 and top 15 game predictions based on goals probability, as well as corner kick events with huge odds to take your winning to the next level, then you want to make sure to join to become a member of the Level 2 Pro plan to start to have access to members-only videos to take your winning to the next level. To those of you who want to join, the link is below this video. You can easily click on it, join, and become a member to start to benefit from all of the features we have mentioned to take your winning to the next level. Good luck, and see you again in the next upload, and bye bye for now.